Hello everyone, welcome to SMA channel. So in today's class we are going to see something really very interesting and it's nothing but for loop. So what is mean by for loop? For loop is used for iterating over a sequence. A sequence may be a list, tuple, string, anything in Python. So for loop or any loop is used to do any repeated task. Okay, so for doing any repeated task we use for loop in Python. So before going on to the topic of for loop, we need to we need to know something about indexing in Python. Just remember one more thing. python starts from Python starts from 0. Okay, and if you know R programming, R programming starts from 1, the index, and Python starts from 0. Suppose you have something like A Z is equal to any list which have numbers from 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5. And the indexing means this is A naught. In Python, as I said, Python starts from 0. So this is the 0th element, first element, second element, third element, and then fourth element. So totally you have 5 numbers, but in Python we say it as it's like 0 to 4. Totally you will be having 5, but we will be using this term 0, 0 to 4, and you can also come from the reverse. So if you see here, if I come from the reverse, -1, then -2, that way. Okay, so this 5 is -1, -2, -3, -4, and then -5. So if you want any separate number from A, you can call it using the index. So A is that if I write the square bracket as it is a list, if I write the square bracket and if I write 0, 0 means Python starts from 0. So this is assigned to the index 0. So you will get 1 in your answer. Let me give run. See, I got 1. If you write AZ and then AZ1, you will get the number 2. So that way it works. Then if you write here 2, you will get 3. Then if you write 3, you will get 4. If you write 4, you will get 5. So in the same way, from right hand side, if you write -1, you will get 5. See, -2 means you will get 4. That way indexing in Python is working. Okay. So let me proceed with the for loop here. So first of all, for writing for loop, you have to listen to me. First, for, you have to write FO or for, and you will get it in the green color. For I in range, any range you can give. Let me give it from 0 to 11. So now I think you have a doubt. Why 0 to 11, not 10? Because the range will take the values till n minus 1. Suppose 11 is the n. So it will take it as -1. Up to 0 to 10 it will print. Okay. So it will not take 11 into consideration. So always n minus 1 here. Okay. Just remember this. So inside this, let me print I. I'll tell you how it works on the back end also. But for that, you need to go through the iterables and iterators from the SMA channel, which video will be given inside the description box. So for I in range 0 to 11, print I. Let me run this. So this is the simple syntax for writing a for loop in Python. And if you see over here, normally we get in horizontal type. The output will be 0, comma 1, comma in that way. But if you write a for loop, you will get like in a vertical way. 0, next to it 1, next to it 2, in this way. So let me explain this. What is a for loop? For I, you can write anything, a b c d e f g h, anything you have to write, you can write. But it's like a practice. If you write I, so you'll memorize things which you repeatedly do. In that way, there are some things which you can use. So normally we write for I in range. So you can also give s in range. In that case, you have to replace it with yes here also. See, if I run this, I'm getting the same output. So let me give I itself here. Uh, if you want to do more in Python, just practice I here. But it's not compulsory, okay? You can use anything, any alphabet. For I in range. So range function will give us the range from 0 to n minus 1. Suppose if we have 11, it will print to 0 to 10. See, we have numbers from 0 to 10. Why 11 is not printed? Because range function will take numbers till n minus 1. It will leave this last number. Even though if I give 100, it will print until 99. See, if you see here, I have numbers only till 99 and not 100. So to get till 100, you need to write 101. So I won't do that now. Let's have it 11 itself. Okay. So same way, like defining a function, you have to give colon here, semicolon. Then in, so this space is called as indentation. I agree that you don't you're not new to this indentation, because we have seen this in the function also. Like define function and then presenter, we have space like this in function also. So this is the syntax followed here. Then I'm printing I. So for I in range, I is something which is in this range, and I'm printing it. So how it will work in the back end? Suppose for I in range 0 means, so now I takes the value 0 and I'm printing it I. So what is I now? It's 0. So after this cursor will go to here. So that is called as the moving of the cursor from I here to this place is called as iteration. And you need the concept of iterating. So in the back end of for loop, iteration process works. So for I in range 0 to 11, print I means first it will take the value 0 for I and then print I. Then it will take the value 1. As it is a range function, it has numbers from 0 to 10. Then it will take the value 1 and then print 1. Then I will take the value 2, then print 2. Like this, I will take the all values from 0 to n minus 1, that is 10, and it will print the I here. You can also write I square here. You can write any statement you want. Let me write I into I. Okay. Let me write I into I. If you write, you will get square of numbers from 0 to 10. Okay, let us run this. 0, 0 square is 0, 1 square 1, 2 square 4. That way 10 square till 100 we got. So this is the way for loop works. And we have many methods for loop. Instead of writing a range here 0 to 10, you can write like suppose a is equal to, I'm giving values 1, 2, then 3, 4, and then 5. If I give values like this 5 to 6, and instead of writing this range, I can give simply like a. For I in a, print I square. Okay. See, let's run this and what happens. See, for I in a. So what is I here? I will take the value 1, then it will square. I will take the value 2 in the next loop. This actually in the back end it works according to the loop. Okay. After this it will print one more time until this is completed. Like if you give any list like a here, it won't take n minus 1 until the last element. It will print all the values. That's why we are giving like for I in a, print I square. Suppose let me write for I in range 1 to 10, 1 to 11, just print a of I. Let me give a of I. Okay. So let me change a 10, then 20, 30, 40, 50, and then 60. So I'm just, I have just changed a small thing, which is in the print statement, I have given a of I. Let's see what is the output. See, there is an error. List index out of range. So totally I have 10 numbers here. Like 1 to 10 means 9 numbers. But I have 6 here. See, 0 to 6. 0 to 6 means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 numbers, 0 to 5 will be taken. That way it will take the values. This two must be same in order to print a of 5. You have to check that too. See, we got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So a of I means I will take the value 0 first, and then a of I. What is zeroth element? 0 is in like an index. That's why I have taught you the concept of indexing now. So a of I means in the place of I, 0 will come first. Then a0. What is a0? It's 10. A1 is 20. That way a5, that is n minus 1, is a5 is 60. So that way indexing also can be used inside a for loop. That's all the basics of for loop. Thank you for watching the video. Like, share and subscribe SMA channel. Thank you.